Hi everyone, welcome back to Have a Beer with Eric. This is review number 15. So, as you can see, today we have Bottle Logic's Space Trees. I decided to open it so that I could try it fresh and relatively fresh. And I was originally gonna do another beer since I tried it recently and I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to do a review on it. But since it's review number 15, I wanted to do a little um, something special, just a little treat. And so I'm just moving the other beer up for next week. And so I'm pretty excited about this beer. As I mentioned before, I got to try it during the week of Logic. They had an early blend, and back then it tasted a lot like coconut, like it was straight up coconut stout, pretty much. I didn't really taste much of the chocolate. I've heard that I never tried the first batch, but I've heard that that one basically it tasted like German chocolate. Well, it was based off of German chocolate, and but when I tried this one, I didn't really taste like German chocolate. It just tasted like a coconut stout, but it was very tasty, and like a really rich body, thick. And so this is I'm hoping that I'm pretty much stayed the same from the between the early blend and the bottling. Basically, the main differences from this bottle and the previous bottle is that this time it says barrel aged coconut stout, and last time it just said it's imperial stout, and now it last time it was like 11.1%, and now it's 13.06%. So it went up a bit higher in percentage. So it's cool. Um, it says to between seller and save and drink fresh. It says to seller and save. So I'm probably gonna sell my other ones. Um, let's see what else we got. So I can read you the description. It says Imperial Stout brewed with cocoa nips and coconut aged in bourbon barrels. And then the summary says Captain Slug, stardate 95904.78. Made bold by the successful endeavor of the German chocolate cake inspired stout, our cosmonauts set a new course to further explore the galaxy of cocoa nips and ethereal coffee within the deep space of decadent bourbon barrel aged stouts and transmission. And the food pairings for this are Midnight Moon, not sure if that's a thing, and beef bourguignon. So, all right, let's try this. Let's open it up. I'm just gonna pour this one straight down to see if I can get a good amount of head. So I actually got a lot of head, and straight up I can smell a lot of the. I can actually smell a lot of the chocolate and the coconut and a little bit of the bourbon. So definitely all the flavors right there in the smell. Like it's crazy how just from pouring it over, I can smell everything all the way here. You up closer, it smells more bourbon chocolatey. I think from farther away, I could smell more of the coconut as I was pouring it. So I might start getting that once I start drinking it. But so I mean, I started with like 2.5 fingers I've had, and now it's at around 1 finger. But looks like it's going away kind of fast. Maybe because it was kind of a hard pour. So it's making the head fizz a lot, so it might end up just dying out in like a minute or two. We'll see. But it's nice because now the beer pretty much ended where the line for batch 3 for FO batch 3 is. So looks like it's a good level to stop. And yeah, we're pretty much left with like no head now. Like it's just a very thin layer, less than or like half a finger, maybe less. And so yeah, you mostly get like a some bourbony smell now. The coconut just was like straight up front when you poured the beer, and so all right, let's try it out. Mm. It's actually kind of a little boozy. You can definitely taste the bourbon a bit, a little bit of the alcohol. I can taste the coconut a lot, and just a little bit of the cocoa nibs. It's not that strong. I think that during the smell, I could definitely smell a lot of the chocolate. Really nice, like melded with the coconut. But now it's more subdued. Um, you get more of you get a little more chocolate. It's definitely pretty boozy. I'm actually surprised that it's just a bit boozier than when I had it at the Wake of Logic. Um, I remember that with the Week of Logic, once I let it warm up a bit, I had like coconut flakes starting to come up to the top. So we'll see if that happens with this one with the bottle. I feel like it might, since I mean it's the same beer, it's just a different blend. So probably later on I'll start getting those like coconut pieces come up, and so I actually let this beer like warm up a little bit before I started taking the video. That way I could start getting it just let it warm up a little and like have some more taste to it. The the mouthfeel is very rich. It's definitely it has a heavy body. I think I would describe this as like a low to medium carbonation, since you know it started like a lot because I put it hard, but it just like fizzled down a lot, and but now it pretty much like doesn't really have uh, it didn't retain a lot of carbonation, so I would definitely consider it like low to medium. As you can see, it's like pretty black, just can't see through it at all. Um, it's pretty tasty. Definitely boozy. You can smell the booze a lot too. I think to compare, if any of you guys have had the fundamental observation beers, I think that the smell of booziness from the FO can compare to this one. It's definitely pretty similar, or even fundamental summation. I think it might relate more to fundamental summation because it's a combination of like booziness and chocolate. And fundamental summation, you could definitely taste more chocolate out of it, or maybe even number crunch too. It's definitely this beer is definitely up there with those, and I think I'm starting to get little bits of a coconut already. Sweet. So yeah, pretty much once the beer starts to warm up, all the coconut flakes start to float. I'm not sure why that happens, but at least now you know that they use real coconut in it, and I'm not sure if they just don't filter it or they try to filter as much, but a bunch of it still ends up. I'm pretty sure they filter it, otherwise, like I'd have like half beer, half coconut. But just a lot of coconut ends up going through those filters, anyways. And I mean, I don't mind at all. So it's not like they're like yeast clumps or something. Yeah, it's really nice. Um, so I'm pretty much solo dumbing this since I wanted to do it for a review, but I'm here by myself. So, oh well, I don't mind. Um, I mean, I'm just gonna be home all day, so or for the rest of the day. So at least I think so. But yeah, when it was during the week of Logic, I believe this beer ran out the same day that they had it, because if the beer didn't run out, they would just keep it on for the next day, or pretty much until they ran out. And this was one of the beers that ran out on the first day, same as a Paisley Cape Complex. And I remember this beer was my second favorite out of the event. First one was Space the Cave, and third one was the Beer Geek Observation, which is the mix of the Beer Geek from Mikkeller and the Fundamental Observation from Bottle Logic. So yeah, this was my number two, and I'm still pretty happy with it. I ended up getting 3 bottles, so I'm probably just gonna cellar the other 2 and see how the profile changes. Yeah, it's pretty damn tasty. I'm pretty happy with this. It's 1.09 fluid ounces, so it's 500 milliliters. All the Bottle Logic beers come in 500 milliliters. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this beer. Um, I don't think I have any beer events coming up this weekend, so I'll just see you guys on my next review next week. All right, I'll see you guys around. Comment, subscribe, follow my Instagram, Have a Beer with Erik, and check out my Untapped, This Guy at 49. And I'll see you guys around. Cheers.